Hi there, this is Simone, and you are watching day 16 of the 2020 Planner Advent that I am putting together with four of my friends on YouTube here. Those four are John from Planning with John, Ellie from Ellie's Corner, Amanda from Ink Imperfection, and Dakshina from Dakshina's YouTube channel. And we all are making 5 videos each for you to watch leading up until Christmas. And I hope you are enjoying them as much as I do. I love seeing each one of their takes on the 5 topics that we have chosen. This is day 16 and it is my 4th video where I will be talking about inspiration, FOMO, budgeting, minimalism, all that. Because to me, to be honest, it is all connected. And that's why I put together several questions for all of us to answer so that we can get to the meat of it. Or heart if you're vegetarian and you're not eating meat. Wow, that was so funny. I'm can you hear how much I'm enjoying myself? This is actually, so I have actually already recorded the best voiceover for this video. However, it did not record any sound. So so now you're listening to the second best voiceover. And the first question that I'm going to answer is, what inspires you and where do you go for inspiration? And so this is all very hard, controversial, whatever, because I am going to social media for inspiration, which is dangerous because I noticed, especially when I was doing the social media detox during Thanksgiving break, how much time I actually spent on social media, fleeing from reality, which sucks in 2020. I have to admit, it is really very hard to live life right now. Sheltering in place, not being able to go anywhere, seeing anyone. But it still is. So there's that aspect. I'm going to social media for inspiration, and I need to be aware of the fact that I also try to escape reality at the same time. But I really enjoy people on Instagram and YouTube. Those are the two main sources I get my inspiration from, that are showing me how they are actually using what they are showing me. So I'm more inspired by your sticker on the paper than you showing me a sticker sheet or your empty planner pages. Yes, of course, when I'm interested in something, I also want to see what it looks like raw. But those that inspire me most are those that are real, that use their stuff, and that I can relate to. So yeah, that's basically what inspires me. And sometimes I have spurts of inspiration where every photo I see, I feel like, oh, I want to do this too. And oh, I need to do this as well. And which we are like leading into the next question, which also can result into the problem of buying all the things that everybody else has, because I think that I will be much happier when I have those things. Not the ones that I already have, but the specific thing that you have in your photo because you look like you lead the best life. By the way, you totally need this pen and you totally need this ink. No, I'm just kidding. I am using a gel pen for the questions. It's a purple color. I think, well, no, I don't think. I know it's the Unistyle Fit. I don't really know what the color name for the color is, but that is a multi pen, and the fountain pen that I'm using is a TWSBI Echo T Extra Fine. with Shikiori ink, and I actually have it written down so I can tell you it is Sailor Shikiori Yoki Akari, and it is a bit too light for my taste, and you can see that it feels like it's fading out when I'm writing, and that is mostly not the ink's problem. It is because the oils of my hand kept getting onto the paper, and then often fountain pens will not write as easily as they do when when the paper is raw. I should be using some kind of paper underneath my hand. I use hand cream right now very often because I just thought the video stopped. That's why I was hesitating to talk. Because at my job, I need to be immersed in water a lot. I need to wash my hands constantly, and so I need to use hand cream to moisturize my hands in order for them to be somewhat usable and not itchy and, have open spots. So let's get back to the main topic of this video. The fear of missing out, FOMO, as we teasingly call it. Sometimes I can deal with this a lot better than other times, and the other times when I cannot deal with it are very closely related to my mental health. So when I'm not feeling well, I am much more likely to get and purchase everything that I see everywhere. And when I'm feeling better, I can take the inspiration as inspiration and either translate it into the way that I can use it for myself or just be happy for the other person. I found it very, very interesting. And if you have been following the series, maybe you noticed that too, that in our introductory video where we all talked about the planner fails, most of us, if not all of us, said that the planner fails that we had were things that we saw other people use and have and make look pretty and inspiring. And we purchased the same thing expecting that we would be able to do the exact same prettiness or get the exact same enjoyment out of the item that the other person did, which obviously isn't true. If I will link her down below, Ina Christina. She's someone, a journaler. You probably know her or you have seen her photos on Instagram. She has the tiniest handwriting, and she is able to write in the grid of the Hobonichi and not make it look cluttered. It still looks very spacious. I cannot do that. My handwriting is a lot bigger. I will break my fingers if I try to write that tiny. I love it and I appreciate looking at it and I enjoy looking at it, but I know that this is not something that I can recreate, or even if I purchased the same pen that she has, it wouldn't work for me. So I need to find or analyze the thing that speaks to me from that image and see how I can make it work with the way that I create. Or I can find that and say that this just speaks to me and that's it. It could be that. And that is really, really hard, noticing and being able to look at beautiful pictures with an analytical eye. And I mean, when we are senselessly scrolling Instagram, do we always look at the pictures in that way? Probably not. And especially not when we are escaping reality, right? And then it's so easy to just fall down that rabbit hole and buy something and then realize, Well, it's nice that I have it, but I don't really use it. I don't really know how to use it, which will lead us into the next question. So, how do you decide that you purchase something that you saw somewhere and you felt the itch to get it? Are you just like going right in the moment, impulse buying everything? Or do you have certain steps in place on how to actually solidify the decision and say, yes, this is something I really need? And even though sometimes a sticker sheet only costs, I don't know, $3.95, $2.95, I actually don't even know how much sticker sheets are. Wow. Um, then it will sum up in long term, and then you have to pay postage. So to make postage worthwhile, how much do you put into your cart? Um, some things work really well for me, some don't. I I have found that when I'm deciding, in October, I decided I am on a no spend. I will not purchase any stationery or hobby related items, yarn, stitch markers, anything that pertains to knitting, crocheting, or planning stationery, journaling stuff. I would not buy anything of those things. And after I had made that decision, I knew, no, in October I'm not buying, so I'm not. And I was able to look at pictures in a different way than if I am not on a no spend, but trying to stay within a certain budget, because then everything that I see becomes an option for me to buy because I have a budget. So I really need to find a way to make that work, because I don't want to blindly purchase everything I see and want. Um, and because, let's go to the last question, I really don't want to spend all the money on stationery stuff and pile it up. First of all, I would like to keep things in balance. My husband and I have this um, unspoken rule that the tips that I get from my job are my spending money for my hobbies, and I would love to be able to balance it out. And so that is the one thing that I have as a budget. And then the other thing with sticking to a certain budget and not buying all the things and amassing a huge pile of stuff that I need to use is, I really, first of all, too many things kind of shut me down. They overwhelm me, and I really like working from a small stash. That's why I'm creating these stash kits, or use it up challenge, as I have been calling it in the past 6 months. The rest is way too overwhelming, so I don't want to add on to that pile that I already own. And I do have lots and lots of things that are very similar to the things that I like and want to buy. So maybe I can use something from my stash instead of buying something. And yeah, it just makes me happy when I use things up. And I have made the really hard experience that when I purchased, last year in 2019, I already knew that I was going to use a Stalogy A6 as my daily to-do planner thingy for 2020. And so I purchased things and sticker kits that I wanted to use in the Stalogy A6. And I did use some of the things, but I had already purchased so many things before I even started using it that I'm still not done using those things. And I tried to stick to a budget too. It wasn't like a gazillion. I thought it was a small stash, but it wasn't actually, because I was able to spread out the things that I purchased over so many weeks. That, yeah. So there's that. If I don't use the things right now that I purchased, then maybe I don't even have the chance to use them because I've already changed my planner. I'm already doing other things. So that's hard. And a realization that I'm making more and more. I'm trying to go through everything that I have and look at things, decide if I want to keep them. Same with the use it up. I'm not putting the things back into my stash. Some of them I am, but it's just a small percentage. The rest moves to somebody else's house because I noticed that even though I like it, it might not work for me anymore. So, am I a stationary minimalist? Absolutely not. I would love to be. I like the concept, but that train has passed me a long time ago. I am definitely not what you would call a stationary minimalist, even though I think I don't purchase as much as many other people do. But then I seem to be able to make things last for so long that I don't need to buy all the things. So, yeah, like when was the last time that you finished a washi roll? I cannot remember, to be honest. So, I'm trying to share more with friends. That's another thing. So I can actually buy another roll of washi because I actually used it up. And if I have filled 20 pages with the same roll of washi, I'm content. I don't need to fill another 50. I can give the rest away to someone and make someone else's day and be able to buy something else and something new. So I am definitely trying to be more minimalistic in what I have in my stash. With my yarn stash, that I started to build or not build while I had already come to the realization that less is sometimes more, and that maybe starting a new project and being able to buy the yarn for the new project would be more fun than actually going to my stash and maybe not using the one that I would love to use most. So this is the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I was able to ask some questions and answer questions that are a good start of a discussion. I would love to chat with you in the comments. Please tell me how you deal with all the things, because I'm really curious, as this is something that is an ongoing process in my life. How do you make purchase decisions, and how do you stick to a budget, and how do you actually use up all the things that you buy? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you check out everyone else on the Planner Advent list. There is a playlist linked in the description box below where you can see all the videos in one. And I hope I will see you soon. Until then, bye.